a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor on a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start to make the house shake.
Hey my loves, it's me Keisha and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12 Episode 5 recap video. But before I begin, I want to say thank you to everyone who wished me happy birthday. I truly appreciate it, and I really truly appreciated each and every one of you who gifted me cash apps for my birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was so sweet of you, and I truly appreciate it. And do not forget that next Friday until Tuesday, I'll be out of town on vacation. So don't expect any reviews from me until I get back. But I will be vlogging my vacation for you guys, so be on the lookout for that. Now, let's get into this week's episode. So the episode begins with them introducing us to rapper Lil Zane. If you remember him from the late 90s, he was really popular. We recently just saw him on season 1, I believe, of BMF. I can't remember if he was on season 2 or not, but I remember his character got knocked off. So he's at his music video shoot. He's going for this like rock star image. He wants to get back into the music scene. I really thought that the drummer having his what is them things called? Why I want to say shingles. It's not shingles. Y'all know what it is. The little thing that go ding. He had it set on fire, which I thought was really dope. It was by a pool, had a bunch of half naked women as usual. But he has Jock and Kirk come through. They all know each other. And he's telling them, you know, it's a lot of women here. You know, y'all need to participate in the music video. And they're like, no, we're married men. Absolutely not. They then ask him, like, what's going on in his life. And he tells them that he's married to his wife, Ashley, but that they're separated and live in the same house. And he sees other women, but they're friends. The ghetto. And you know what pissed me off even more is that Lil Zane looked like my first. The dude I lost my virginity to. They look just alike, and it pisses me off. Because it was cute as a teenager, but not as a grown woman. He literally still looks like a child. But he says him and his wife, Ashley, have been together for 11 years and married for 5. And he wants to sit his wife and his baby mama down to have a conversation about the family dynamics, but they can't stand each other because of him, because while he's been with Ashley, he's still been sleeping with his baby mama, which he has 2 children with. I mean, it just is, it ain't even ghetto. Like, this is downright gutter behavior, okay? I mean, why wasn't he on Love and Hip Hop sooner? Because this is the ghetto of the ghetto-ness, okay? As they're having a conversation, up walks his wife, Ashley, with some bottled water for the guys. And apparently it's their bottled water that they're selling. She tried to slip that on in there. And at first she says in her confessional that, you know, she wants her husband to hang around other men that are married because it could help their relationship with him being around other married men. And when she comes around, Zane quickly switches up, and Jock notices that his whole demeanor switched up when she came, because at first it was like, you know, the hoes is here, let's party. And then it was like, hey, honey bunches of oat, how you doing? So Kirk brings up Amy and Bambi getting into it at Rashida's store about, you know, Bambi dating somebody that Amy used to talk to. And Ashley was like, yeah, that's wrong, because y'all know if it was one of y'all and one of y'all homeboys talked to somebody y'all used to date, y'all feel some type of way. And Jock was like, you know, you don't own anybody. People can do what they want to do. And Ashley was like, I know you ain't talking. And I was very shocked at how verbal she was. Like, she was not holding back at all. And I was also kind of shocked that she had a lot to say about situations that she really didn't know the dynamics of. Maybe she does behind the scenes. I don't know. But she was very verbal, child. I was like, okay, girl, I guess. So she quickly realizes during that conversation that, yeah, nah, she don't want her husband hanging around them, because she did not realize that Atlanta had their very own creep squad. And I was like, girl, it don't matter who your husband hang around. You the one that don't need to be hanging around them, child. Get it together, forget it forever. Cause my thing is, how you gonna let somebody that's literally 4'11" cheat on you? Like, you're taller than him. Girl, if you don't thump that in his forehead, like, absolutely not. Spice has Shekinah and Rashida come over because while she was out of town, her house was burglarized. But the gag is, her good friend was there while it all happened, asleep. Now, mind you, as they're showing the house, there's broken glass, things thrown all over the place, windows boarded up. She shows us where the men came in at. It was on the basement floor. They bust out a window, and the foot marks showed that they literally went from downstairs in the basement to her bedroom. They knew exactly where her bedroom was, and apparently the good family friend or whomever slept through the whole thing. Girl, if you believe that, you're crazy. She got to be a hard sleeper. And this has got to be something that I've known for years. I've witnessed it myself in order to believe that that lady slept through that whole thing. It's either she took some sleep medication and it had her knocked out. Okay, she had some earplugs in. She had some rainwater sounds going on in the background. Like, that's the only way I'm gonna believe that, because it's sounding like your friend had dropped. Okay, and I don't understand how that ain't the first thing that came to her mind, because ain't no way you sleeping through glass shattering and breaking everywhere and things being tossed all over the place. Girl, bye. But Rashida and Shekinah is just like, oh my God, this is crazy. But they've gone through it as well, and it's very sad. And in her confessional, Spice says, this is why I didn't want to film my home, because this is exactly what I feared was going to happen. And this reverts back to the Carly Red situation of it all, when Carly moved across the street and was renting the place out, and this, that, and the third. And, people find out where you live. So it makes sense. And I agreed with her when it happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's very unfortunate, because this was her dream house for she and her children. And now she doesn't feel safe and has to look for another place to live. And that's so unfortunate. After that, we see Rashida link up with Erica to catch up on things. They have lunch together, and Erica tells her about Mama D's mother's event and how surprisingly Jasmine of all people were there. And Rashida was like, oh, really? Like, how they know each other? And Erica was like, that's what I wanted to know too, girl. So Erica continues to tell her that Mama D told her that Jasmine told Mama D that Kirk has been saying he would give her more money if she fuck him. So Rashida was like, oh, really? Okay. Alrighty. And she says, it better not be true, because Kirk knows he ain't got no more chances. And she says in her confessional that she was really upset, but she was trying to keep it cute, and on mute in front of Erica. And I'm like, girl, y'all already know how I feel about this situation. Whether this is true or not, the dummy and who looks the worst is Rashida. So I can't feel sorry for her either way it goes, because you know better. You know better at the end of the day. Spice then visits Kendra to discuss her options as far as moving and all of that type of stuff and house hunt. And they sit down and have a conversation about Kendra wanting to have more children. Kendra tells Spice that she's been thinking about freezing her eggs because she's not fully prepared right now to have a baby because of her career and everything. And the gag is though that Jock isn't on board because he does not believe in the freezing the eggs of the whole situation. Mind you, just back in 2020, she made him get a vasectomy because she was adamant that she did not want any more children. Okay, so he went ahead and got a vasectomy, I believe. I can't remember if he did it or not, but she was adamant that she did not want to have children, okay? But now she's changed her mind. People have a right to change their mind. But at the same time, just because you changed yours doesn't mean that your partner has to change theirs. And now she feeling some type of way that he's not on board with the whole freezing your eggs of it all. And she tells Spice that she's going to talk about this further with him at a photo shoot that he's having with all of his children. When I'm like, well, ain't that the worst time ever to bring up this kind of conversation? This is not a conversation that you bring up at a happy occasion and then in front of his children. Like, she picks the worst time. You just acted a fool last season at the man birthday bowling party or whatever it was. Now you about to act the fool again. When I tell you I cannot stand Kendra, Kendra is the dumbest I've ever seen in my life. She's book smart, but she is life dumb. And I just have no space for her at all. She is all over the place. She's erratic with her emotions. She feels like the world revolves around Kendra and what Kendra wants and what Kendra says goes. And life doesn't work that way. And you knew who you was marrying when you got with him. So stop all the whining and complaining, be a lawyer, be a stepmama, and shut the fuck up because you are annoying as hell. Zane and his wife and his 2 kids with his baby mama are doing what were they doing? Laser tag or whatever. His kids are in town for the summer because him and his baby mama have joint custody, so they're there for the summer. And beautiful kids, gorgeous children. So the kids step out and he and Ashley have a conversation about how she hadn't talked to him for like 12 hours after his video shoot. He apparently left the video shoot and went to go and get his kids out of state and did not contact her for 12 hours. So she was like, what were you doing for those 12 hours? And he told me something, I just had a lot on my mind and I just had to, think about a lot of stuff or whatever. And she says in her confessional that she thinks he probably was doing something he had no business doing with his baby mom, Michelle, because why were you MIA for 12 hours and didn't reach out to me? And she said this is something that they are known to do. And I'm like, girl, you don't even need to ask these type of questions. You already know the answer to it. Your husband go MIA for 12 hours and you know he's had a pattern of cheating with his baby mama. You already know what it is, girl. Like, she's stupid. Her and Kendra need to be BFFs because they are both some idiotic. Like, I just cannot. She then brings up the fact that they all need to sit down and have a conversation because his baby mama, Michelle, has a 7-year-old son that has his last name. But Zane is saying that he's 99.9% sure that this little boy is not his. And nobody up until this point has decided to get a DNA test, which is absolute insanity to me. Because say, for instance, this is your son. You going to get your children for the summer to spend time with you, and he's what, left back? Like, what? Girl, oh, everybody is dumb. Please, what is going on in this world? She dumb, he dumb, the baby mama dumb. So I'm wondering, is the baby mama gonna be on the show too? This is so embarrassing and ratchet. So embarrassing. So Ashley's like, we have to sit down and find out the truth. Woo! After 7 years? So obviously, if this little boy is his, he cheated on you with the baby mama again and had a child on you. Like I said, you and Kendra, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all were sisters because this is absolute nonsense. So he like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You throwing a lot at me all at once. What? Ugh. Rashida then goes home to confront Kirk about what Erica told her. And as soon as she tells him what was said, This Negro get to stuttering all over himself. His penis in his throat get to squirting up jizz through his mouth because he don't know what to say, child. And she peeped that he's stuttering and talking all over the place. And then all of a sudden he bring up how Jasmine is such a liar and she got her nerve when she be coming to the door naked. And so in her confessional, she like, naked? Like, and this your first time bringing this up to me? Oh, now you bringing this up to me because she done told on you? But I don't know if this was something she said in that moment and they just didn't show it, because I'm like, why didn't you say that to him? Like, if this is true, this whole storyline is true, then, girl, it wouldn't have even been no confronting him one-on-one. It would have been me, you, and Jasmine all sitting down, and I want to see receipts. I want to see the receipts. So that way this can't lie to my face and try to switch shit up. Jasmine, show me these messages, and after you show me these messages, and if it is what you're saying that it is, ain't nothing else to talk about. We getting a divorce. Point blank and the period. But instead, Rashida talking about, people just need to leave us alone and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bag lady, I don't have time for you either, because it's obvious you ain't going nowhere and you all talk and no bite. You're an idiot too. Like, girl, ain't no way I'm about to be this old and just being with somebody, what, just because of years, children, businesses? Fuck all that. You could be with somebody that actually values you, not lie to you, not cheat on you, not make it seem like you're the problem. Like, what? Girl. Then Kirk meets with Jasmine in the park and asks her how she link up with Mama D. And she like, that ain't none of your business. The only thing you need to be concerned about is our child. And so she get to asking him questions about Cannon, like, what school he go to? Oh, you think I don't know her name, his school? I drop him off there all the time. She was like, nigga, you only dropped him off 3 times. He was like, it start with a W. She was like, how old is he? Oh, you think I don't know how old he is? What grade he in? He in the 3rd grade. She was like, no, he ain't, dummy. That nigga didn't know the answers to none of them. Either he didn't know the answers because this shit is some bullshit and that damn son ain't his, or he really is a shitty deadbeat daddy. And either way it go, is trifling. So Jasmine was like, have you tried to smash me? Yes or no? He said no. And talking about how she ruined his life. And she was like, you are such a liar at the end of the day. And Kirk is foolish. Kirk is so foolish. Kirk been out in these streets since the 80s, okay? Literally been out here and ain't stopped, guys. If this is a true storyline, I most certainly believe everything that's coming out of Jasmine's mouth, child. So he ended up leaving. And then lastly, we go to Jock and Kendra at the family photo shoot. All of his children are there. They're having a grand old time. And here Kendra go, pulling him outside, telling him they need to have a conversation. So she sit him down and talk about how she want to have a baby and how she wants to freeze her eggs. And he was like, I don't agree with you freezing your eggs. And this is the reason why. He said that he did not want her to freeze her eggs because if she wants to have a child, then it's best that they go ahead and do it now. He does not want her to freeze her eggs to then decide years from now that she wants to have a baby, and he old as dirt and trying to run behind a baby. First of all, he's older than her, so I get that and I understand where he's coming from. And then he also says that he feels like she's trying to freeze her eggs just in case things don't work out between them. And she basically reiterates that as they begin to argue. So in this case, when it comes to Babygate, I'm with Jock because, bitch, you told me you didn't even want to have kids. You asked me to get a vasectomy. Now one day you wake up and say you want to have kids and you want to freeze your eggs, but hey, I don't want to have a kid right now. I want to have a kid some years from now. He's older than you. He's already in his mid to maybe late 40s. Like he said, I don't want to be 50 having no damn baby. And here she go, well, I want to have a kid, and you can't tell me what to do. And if you can't step up and be the man that you need to be, then let somebody else come and be in my life. And da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, girl, why don't you leave? I'm so sick of her and these idle. Like, I wish he would leave her the fuck alone. You would think that I would hate Jock more because of all of his past transgressions, but Kendra is the absolute fucking worst. I don't understand how this put up with this bitch. Like, oh my God. She is the absolute bottom of the barrel. The way she thinks and the way that she acts is so a turnoff. Like, I mean, if you don't get the fuck out of my face with this stupid, with your indecisive, life just don't switch on a hat because you decided to change your fucking mind. What the fuck? Girl, get the fuck on somewhere. So that's the end of this week's recap. I'm going to give this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop, I'm going to give it an A- because when I tell you, I just can't get over these ghetto, treacherous ass relationships. I simply cannot. I'm so happy I'm single. So happy, because ain't no way I'm dealing with this type of shit. If this is what is out here, then leave me the fuck be, okay? Whew. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the Zayn and his wife situation. What y'all think about the Kirk and Rashida and Jasmine of it all. What y'all think about Jock and Kendra. I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say. Please make sure to thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I will see you on next week's recap. Bye.